And then it was like backwards. So, okay, welcome to Team Call. Oh my gosh, look at the baby. Oh, oh. How are you doing? Pretty good? Pretty good. Okay, I won't be too loud. Well, no promises. Okay, so welcome to Team Call Tuesday, Team Bowl Fitness, Team Thick and Thin. Here we go. We are so excited. Obviously, when you come back from Summit, it's 50% like you're hungover and got run over. 50% you're like so excited. So, just really fast, I uploaded a document into Team Bold Fitness. I didn't create it. It's a Beachbody Champions, but it is just kind of breaking all of the stuff we're going to talk about down. So if you forget what I said or you don't remember, one, you can ask me, but two, you could just look at that document, like no worries. If in the middle of the night you're breastfeeding and you're like, when did she say peppermint mocha was going to launch? I got you. It's in there. So Summit was incredible. Summit was incredible, you guys. I hope that, I'm like stuttering through my words a little bit, but the theme of Summit was you belong here. And it was incredible. It was just like you belong here. And we had all kinds of coaches from our team come. Some of them who are like, I want to go all the way to the top. And then others who are like, I just love the products and I love my babes. We all belong at Summit. We all belong on this team. We don't have to have the same goals, the same body, the same friends, the same, ideals to still be a family and a community. And the whole theme was like, you belong here. You belong. Hi, Sophia. You belong in a place that is just like, it's so hard. And I didn't go my first 2 years. 1 year, I had just signed up as a coach. That's what happened. Then the next year, I just didn't really think, I don't know, I was kind of nervous. And so I kind of avoided it. And so I was like, I'm just not going to go. And then I realized that I needed to go. So I hope that if you're going, drop in the chat. Like I will be there next year, no matter what. We're going to be bigger. There's going to be lots of us. In a great way, we'll figure out hotels. When you break it down by, like when you do 4 people in a room, it's usually not that expensive. That's right, Tani, Rachel. So, and we have that goal to be an elite team. You guys, elite team. We saw them on stage. It was really motivating. It's really exciting. So tonight we're just going to break down all the announcements. So I'm not going to go over announcements before because they're kind of like all in it together. Sorry. Julie, will you mute yourself? Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. No, you're fine. Okay, so the first thing I have written down is, first of all, Carl is doing the Succeed Together Challenge. So as we're about to go in, well, we just launched, right? So people can buy, coaches or challengers can buy the Morning Meltdown 100. With that, he has a challenge going on that if you hashtag Succeed Together Challenge, or Succeed Together, now I have to Succeed Together. Rachel, she's gonna type it. That as someone gets signed up, you get a Succeed Together and contest, so the combo of it together. When you post in your stories, like your countdown, like when we really start to do that, which I'm going to start kind of amping that up tonight, that he's going to pick like a winner every single day, and he like announces them and he sends them. I think it's $100 in a handwritten note. He does these contests a lot, and I've done them before, and they're fun. It's motivating to do the work that we're already supposed to be doing. But again, 100 Morning Meltdown, if you had somebody sign up with a challenge pack in July, they got this promo code. It's the first time we have these promo codes. Oh, look at all these babes jump on. Yeah. So this allows you to help people out when that they're struggling with money a little bit, or okay, sorry. If you had someone sign up in July, they got a promo code that they can get the 100 Morning Meltdown, like a set accessory bundle with a discount, which is really great. So if people like just invested in their health and fitness, they're like, I don't want to spend more money. You're like, girl, here's your discount code off. Nancy, would you mind muting yourself? I'm sorry, babe. I can't. I'm not the facilitator. You're the best. You're dear. I know it's late for you. So now what they did, they announced at Summit, is that anybody who is an active coach right then on Thursday got 3 codes in their email this yesterday morning, Monday morning. And those codes, I've already given one out. Those codes is for $10 off a challenge pack. So if someone's like, I really want to do this, but I just don't know, you're like, girl, I got you. Here's $10 off. 3 codes in the month. That's Success Club right there, right? You can do it however you want. Some people are like, first come, first serve. The 3 people who get to me get $10 off. I'm doing it more. I'm like private messaging the people that I kind of really want in the group, but are like really hesitant in doing it. But either way, it's so great. Use it however you'd like. Also, if you are, if you sign up as a coach, so when you get someone started, right, you guys have goals, you want to be Emerald, you want to be Diamond, you're going to sign a coach up. If you sign a coach up anywhere from now until the end of September, they get 3, like with their new coach sign up, they get 3 codes that they can send to anybody. So it helps them get started. It helps them feel confident when you open this business, right? You're like, I don't know what to do. What are you talking about? Ask somebody to be in a challenge group. But this is like, hey girl, you got to stumble through those first 3 months. You have to stumble through inviting to get to where you want to be. So here's 3 codes. So promo codes are huge right now. That's like kind of like, you know, people are always like, here's my discount code, here's my promo code, whatever. So Beachbody is just getting on the train, but they're limiting it, which I think is smart, and it's making it more, you know, when things are, what's that word? It's like more like exclusive, limited. It makes it a little bit more hyped or whatever. So promo codes are big. So use your promo codes. I would post about it always. Everything you do, you post about it and you private message. The post puts it out there so that they know that like you're legit, you're really doing this, but the private message lets them know that you're really talking to them. And it's that, hey, I'm really talking to you and I really do want you to be in this thing. Okay, so promo codes, I did that. Okay, so new products that are coming out, which is so exciting. So first is collagen, and I knew this was coming. I could just feel it from things people were saying. I could just feel it. And I don't know if you watch anybody fitness-wise or health-wise, they have collagen from Amazon, from Costco, from all of the things. So Beachbody is not dumb. And if you were like, why don't they have this? It's always coming down the pipeline. So collagen, that is, I don't actually have it pulled up price-wise. I'm pretty sure I know it's 38 PV, so it's probably roughly the same price as Energize. I think it's like with your coach discount, like 40 something. And if you don't know what collagen is, it's supposed to help with the okay, don't judge me, elasticity, thank you, in your skin. So wrinkles, cellulite, aging, all of that. But I do believe from what I've read, like it's good for like your nails and your hair and all of just kind of that kind of stuff going on. So that's a really big buzzword right now. So if you have the funds and you're able to order, I would order it and talk about it, and be proof the products work and give an honest review. Sometimes I think we're hesitant to recommend something we've never tried, but I can have collagen 7 You're so funny, Rachel. Check out the chat, ladies. Blow up the chat. It keeps me going. So try it and give your honest review. When you do that, people actually think you're more credible instead of just being like, I've tried this behind the scenes and haven't said anything, and now I'm obsessed with this product. You open it, you're like, I don't know. You tell them if you can taste it, which you're not supposed to, and then you say why you chose it. I chose this one from Beachbody from this company because I use other products from them, and they've never let me down, so I'm excited to try it, and their ingredients are always high quality, etc. So the next thing that's coming is pumpkin spice Shakeology. So again, we have the limited edition pumpkin spice Shakeology that was very good last time. It's so funny. I always tell the story. Last year at Summit, they were like, okay, so he's like doing all the announcements, you know what I mean? And it was like, what was it? It was like, we're going back to Indy for, this is last year, for Summit. And we were like, woo! And it was like, Transform 20 is coming with Shanti. And it was like, woo! And then they were like, pumpkin spice latte. And people like lost their ever loving mind. They were like, no! They were so excited, which I totally get because it was delicious. And honestly, the world, so much of the world, we're so basic. So all we want in our lives is some pumpkin spice. But because Beachbody is smart and that was incredibly successful, they are doing more. So I don't know what's happening down there. So they're doing peppermint mocha as well. So pumpkin spice will launch on the 3rd of September. And it's like, seriously, guys, talk to people. Like, I wouldn't, don't feel the need to post like now about it. I mean, you could be like, hey, this is coming, but it goes so fast. So like the week before, you're going to be like, would you be interested? And then like, there's no time to dick around with it. Excuse my language if there's children, but like, you're like, do you want it? Do you not? Let's go. Because honestly, it was sold out in like 15 hours, I think. Like, and it was like the main of it was sold out in like 4 hours. And then they were like, just kidding, we got a little bit more. And then it was gone. Hold on, I have to murder my children. One day I won't hit mute and you'll all hear what I say. So that's, go downstairs. Hey, go downstairs. Baby Cannon is sleeping. Go, go. Cammy, I will love you forever. Okay, the next thing is plant-based beach bar. So vegan. Basically, we're just going to vegan for everything. So we have the Vegan Recover now, which is awesome. But now we have the vegan beach bar. So when people's like, oh, I really wish I could have it, boom, you can. And it's a new flavor. It's chocolate almond crunch, which we don't have that the other two. Okay. Can you change? Oh, no, it's like extra. So that's exciting, and I didn't write the date down. So sorry, Peppermint Mocha is the 1st of November. And again, that will be, I suggest like just the weekend before, like if it, usually we do launches on Tuesday. So if it launches on a Tuesday, like Sunday, be like, hey, this is going on. If you like it, honestly, it's a way to get some new Shakeology people, but a lot of times it's your previous customers who like maybe have fallen off, or your customers that do love it and are like, oh, a new flavor. And it's not as much of a commitment because it's I think it's $74 because it's only however many packets. So it's a little less, you know, of a full-on commitment. So the next announcement is that we are expanding to France. So if you did not know, Beachbody Company, we can find coaches and get customers challenge packs and Shakeology and all of that in Canada and in the UK. And if you don't know where the UK is, and you have to Google it every single time like I do, I totally get it. But roughly, it's like England, Scotland, and Northern Ireland, and I think like one other small space. Please see Google for your own confirmed areas. But we're expanding to France. And I did not expect that. I thought they were going to go Australia or Mexico, but it does make sense because in Canada, we have everything in French ready for Canada. So it's a smooth transition. And they said some facts that night, like, he was like, don't side-eye me, you know, to the audience. And he was like, he had all the statistics, like 50% of people in France speak English, and like all these, and it's like the 4th highest growing economy. So we want to get into France. And then they were like, what do we do with this knowledge? Well, we don't even have a date yet, so just continue on business as normal. But as it gets closer, you know, right now, if I see someone who we're not really in that country, I don't necessarily like aggressively follow them, you know what I mean? So just if someone comes up and you see that they're from France, you know, just keep them in your following. Carter and Cammy, stop. Also, Summit 2020 is in New Orleans next year. The dates are the 15th through the 19th. And if you look on the calendar, that's Wednesday through Saturday. So if you are an elite, like if you're elite and your team is elite, so then you would be invited to the Wednesday party. But then for general, everybody else is Thursday. Sometimes there's stuff in Thursday day or Wednesday day. you know, each time I go to Summit, I like want to be there for longer because it's just a whirlwind. So, but just know if you have to fly in Thursday afternoon, fly out Sunday morning. Like we do it every time, and it's great. The more like this time, I didn't leave until later on Sunday because getting up Sunday morning very early kind of feels like you've died. And Madison, Brianna, and Erica, if she jumps on, will tell you that. So, oh, and Nancy, I see it's collagen is not the same price as Energize, it's less. Okay, but I think it's similar PV, which is great. So again, throwing a lot of information at you. Okay, activewear. We now have a new activewear line. So we used to have clothes that were like, we called them wear and share. So it'd be like, you know, 21 Day Fix and like the kind of the catchphrases from those programs. Now we have a legit activewear. So like a line, like kind of think Fabletics, like they're trying to market like an actual thing. Previously, we just barely got the discount on, like I think a year ago. Now we have we're up to 20% commission off all apparel and 20% discount. So if somebody buys something, you get commission off that and PV, which is really great. That's ways to keep you active. That's ways to, you know, more volume. If you are new and you don't, look at me, look at my face. Go downstairs, please. Listen to mom. Be so soft, be so kind. Go downstairs. So more volume. So we talk about Success Club a lot, right? Success Club is the points associated with somebody purchasing a challenge pack under you, and then we know that if we're getting 3 people started a month, that's excellent. But really, the way to have residual income for the entire team is volume. So if someone's like, I don't want a challenge pack, I really just want that sweatshirt from the activewear that's so cool, that's still volume and that's still great. Just like volume is, I'm sorry, is Joni on the call? Someone just said her name. Oh, we have 2 pages. Oh, sorry, I have like a small screen. Oh, hey, Madison. Okay, I'll make it big so I can see everybody. Oh my gosh, hi guys. You can all see me yell at my kids. So, okay, so the activewear is super exciting, and I don't know if you guys were in the Pump Up Your Payday group that was going on in the beginning of June. One second. And okay, so if you were in Pump Up Your Payday, they were talking about getting someone started with something is better than nothing. Now, take what you want from that. You know, Brenna and I have talked like on the side about this, and honestly, here's my feelings about this is that I have not had great success with somebody not investing in their health and fitness. Because usually if someone will spend $40 on something, so if someone wants BOD for 3 months, it's like, oh, sure, $40 is not much of a commitment, and then they don't really use it. We value what we pay for. Now, the value for a challenge pack is an incredible deal, and it's incredibly high value. It's hard to see that. It's hard to sometimes, when you're new, feel confidence in that. But at the same time, if you are really talking to somebody about their goals and they really are interested in just Energize, get them energized. Absolutely get them energized. I never question, like if you're adding someone to the family page, I don't need an explanation. You add someone to that family page and you serve them as their coach the best way that you see possible. I'm not going to question that, but continue to talk to them. And some people do need to get into the door to see the community and to see the value. So take with that what you will. But at Summit, that was kind of a theme that it was like, just help people, which I do agree with. So I'm not like saying like only high sales are worth it. No. But don't immediately back down from the challenge pack just because someone is saying, oh, I can't afford it. Because a lot of times when they're like, oh, that's really pricey, it just means they have to think about it. And that's fair. People can think about purchasing something. That's the same thing as if you're going to walk into Best Buy and you were like looking at a new TV. I'm going to think about it. So let them think about it. Talk to them about it. Don't be afraid to ask them what they're feeling. I'll straight up be like, hey, talk to me about what you're thinking. Like, talk to me about how you feel about it. and all of that. So, but again, getting someone started with something so that you can help them and then you can, you know, engage with them is not bad. And volume is great. Volume is, so like I was just saying before I had to, you know, scold the children, Success Club is points, and we put a lot of weight on that, and it is very, very important. But volume does drive income for the entire team. So that's why it's so important to go Emerald, right? Because when you activate that residual income, and when the volume travels up. So if you look in your back office, it will tell you how big your organization is. So just because you have only signed 3 coaches doesn't mean that's how big your organization is. Your organization could be quite large depending on where you're placed. Once you go Emerald, all of that volume from anybody underneath you. So like if this is your leg and I'm here and Madison is here, everybody on that leg that I'm signing as a coach is going under Madison as well. You know what I mean? So that's just how it works. So that's volume goes up. So as these things, we see collagen and we see Energize, and Brenna loves this new fact she has, is that Energize is the #1 reordered product. So I have now, when I start building a share cart for people, I put in the 10-stick sampler of Energize, and I write them a little message and I say, you can totally take it out if you don't, but if you watch my stories, this is what I drink every day. I just thought you'd like the sample. Volume travels up, volume is good. And once you have Energize, you're like, oh my gosh, I can never do life without this. So that's kind of blah, blah, blah. Still $20 off of 100 Morning Meltdown. And I think I saw that that's like through, like 160 will be the price through it, like launching on BOD, which is pretty cool. And then, okay, so we have a July open house for Super Weekend. So Super Weekend is next, so the 16th, sorry, the 26th, the 27th, or the 28th, depending on your local area. And company-wide, it is a open house. So you bring people who might be interested in the business, and they are going to answer all of the questions for you, and you're going to feel the vibe, and you're going to feel how exciting it is. And then there's going to be, you know, promo, I'm pretty sure promo codes. So if they want to sign up right there, you can help them, and they're supposed to, like, we'll have share a cart and we'll be able to do all the things. So it's a little bit different of a Super Saturday. I don't know what it's going to look like because we've never done one of these before. But live events are so hyped. They're so, you just feel the energy. Like anybody who's been to one will tell you that it's worth it. I have brought all 3 of my kids, you guys. Like I have been like, zip it, here's tablets, be quiet, just so I can feel the energy, and I can show my followers that, hey, this isn't just me behind the scenes all the time on my computer. Like there are other people who do this, and they're fun, and you know, we like each other. So if you can get there, bring a friend, bring a family member, bring a sister, bring people who might, depending on your location. So it depends where. So there's a market council for every location, and sometimes they have those. If they have to rent the space, sometimes they don't. So it all just depends on, yeah. And the last one I paid, and like Denver's a big one, so that's usually kind of, it's more, but it's worth it. I mean, they had like a DJ last time, I think. Yeah, and my last one in San Diego, we're in this, like, for San Diego, I thought we could kind of like dish out some like nicer space. Like I'm in this dinky little tiny church every time, and I'm like, come on guys, can we just like, so that's neither here nor there. So I only pay like 10, but either way, it's so great, so get there. Okay, so that's the announcements. Then we have 2 programs coming. So the first one, so Morning Meltdown 100, they kind of were like, usually they hype up. Like last year when it was Transform 20, it was like a very big production to announce that was happening. But 100 Morning Meltdown, that's going to take us, right, for like over 3 months if you did it every single day. So they're not doing a hard launch in the fall. They're just doing a soft launch. And this program is very specific. Not everyone is going to want to do this one. It's intense, and it is like what is that little asterisk thing? Explicit. Like there will be swearing in it. Rachel, help me. Oh, you asterisk. Oh, Boston and New Hampshire on the same date, but I haven't heard anything about New Hampshire Super Weekend yet. Yeah, so you'll have to check, but there's a way to do that in your back office. And if you're Emerald, you can host one yourself. Just saying. So, and you don't have to pay to host. You just host. They just send you the announcement videos and stuff. And a lot of it will be this. So that is called six weeks of work. 6 weeks of work. The work. 6 weeks, the work. 6 week the work? Yeah? Yes? Why don't I know this? Either way, if we're being candid, he's a very delicious African-American man, and he can yell at me and swear at me all he wants. So I might do the program just because why not? But it is supposed to be kind of like 80-day obsession. Like most of the programs were like, hey, this is for yum. Yes, yum, yum, yum. Let me get some chocolate, man. Her and Wes are gonna just like vibe so hard at Summit next year. Okay, so now I don't know what I was saying. I was thinking of him, which is super funny really fast, you guys. So somebody's walking at Summit, right? Okay, so first of all, here, like, let's set the scene. If you've ever been to like a big convention center, these huge doors, but like really big hallways, and so we have different sessions. So everybody's in the stadium and we're like doing all the jams, and then we break off into these sessions. So there's these really big hallways and it's just a sea of people. So it was me, Madison, and Rachel are standing there talking, and all of these people are going to take a picture with a delicious chocolate man. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the new trainer. So I'm like, hold my Shago, and I go run over. It wasn't him. And it was so embarrassing because he wasn't even like, oh, we saw this. Yes. So it's not even, I just feel like he should have been like, I don't know. He kind of made it awkward. Like, just let me be like a dumb white girl, okay? Like, just, I'm sorry. Like, why do we have to make this weird? But it got weird, and we like took a picture from far away, and it was hilarious. But anyways, so that is a more specific program. Then he had oh yeah, and then like this girl bodyguard was with him, and it just was like, okay, calm down. Like, first of all, he was part of, if you ever did Shift Shop, they like relaunched it with new workouts last fall, and it was whatever it was called, I don't know. And he was one of the people from that. So it's not like he wasn't in a video, and she did look like his escort. And so then people think he's important, that we only saw the new trainer for like a second. Like, he was a very short thing. Anybody could have made the mistake. So he needs to just stop it. We're still, yay, coaches still drive their income. So anywho's was he. That's a very specific program. Not everybody is going to do it, but if you go all in any program, you guys, you can do a launch anytime. You can act like PiYo is just coming out right now if you wanted to. It's all about how you hype it up. So if you want to do that new program, if you have husbands, if you talk to men more about fitness stuff, some people are more comfortable with that. This would be an excellent program for like couples to do, and specifically men, or just really intense, hardcore, ex-athletes, all of that. Then the New Year's launch, we got like a very, very small, it's a bar program. So bar is also really, really big right now. When is that launching? Sorry, September. It's launching September. And that will be like an add-on to BOD. So you'll like, same thing with Morning Meltdown, you'll like ask for digital access, kind of a thing. And then the New Year's program is a bar program. And honestly, they really did not hype it up very much. So I'm assuming we'll get more information as it gets closer. But that's going to be great for the people who like dance programs, who like or have back, different injuries, or who've just wanted to try bar but are kind of nervous to go to a studio or can't get to a studio. So we'll know more about that. Now I want to talk to you about, and it's downstairs. Of course it is. So I want to talk now kind of about Summit, and not to like talk about, well, this call's about Summit, so I am going to talk about it a lot. But I want to just kind of like, for a lot of people have anxiety before they go to Summit, right? Because you have no idea what to expect. It's like, what do you mean? It's this big thing. You keep posting. There's like stadiums. Like, I don't know. So I want to kind of talk about what Summit is. So Summit is and I told everyone before they came out, in the best way, it is a mind F. In all the ways that you're feeling all the emotions, they are so smart. Summer is a rough time to be a coach. People are busy. They don't really want to commit to a program. So you're hearing a lot of no's. And then you go to Summit, and then you literally feel like I am going to be top coach tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like you just have this vibe of like, I can do this. And the theme was so great this year, you guys. Like it was, you belong here. And they just kept saying that over and over and over. Like you here, you there. So essentially it's kind of the same flow every time, but Thursday night is when we hear a lot of the big announcements. And we hear from Carl, who is, if you haven't been to Summit, it's kind of hard to Carl is an amazing CEO. He is an incredible CEO whose mission is 100% clear. Beachbody's mission is to help people live healthier, more fulfilling lives. And everything comes back to that. If that is why this company is so successful, because if it is not one of those things, it's not considered a priority. So having new programs that are awesome, affordable things for people to have and to continue for their lives, and not complicated, not crash dieting, all of the things. Yes, and you connect with him a lot. He's very, 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 very good. So he talks a lot at Summit. That's like when you see most of Carl. And then if you ever have the chance of him coming to one of your Super Saturdays, he does that a lot. But he's very genuine. Guys, he's a CEO of a millions of million dollar company, and he's in sneakers and jeans and always a button up, and usually puts a sweatshirt on every single time. Like he's very down to earth. He's very just like whatever. So he talks a lot. And so we all come together, and then a little bit once a day, besides on the last day, we come twice. That we all come together in the stadium. So Thursday night, it's very late, and then we all come together for one, that's kind of like the big announcement. And then the next day we come together, and then we branch off into sessions. And Saturday we come together and we branch off into sessions. And then a little bit each day they do recognition. So 1 star, snaps for Team Bow Fitness, and thick and thin, we're up on stage representing you guys. That's not a us, that's a we, that's a us all together coming together. And I'll get emotional at the end when I talk about that. But so recognition is a little bit each night, which is really exciting. It's fun to push for. I'm not someone who that's not necessarily my love language, but I'm not going to lie that got me pretty effing jazzed to get pretty and to walk across stage and to feel like I can do this. You know what I mean? Like we're behind a computer screen a lot, and it was just like, yes, let's do it. And then we got emotional thinking about next year, how you guys are going to be walking across stage as 1 stars, and we're going to be crying and taking your picture and being like an obnoxious parent being like, oh my God, smile, like that's what we were thinking about. And it was so great. So there's recognition a little bit every night. And then they talk about success stories. So coaches will come on stage and tell their success stories with fitness. A lot of the time it's with fitness and health, but also financial peace at times. So this older couple who, they were so cute. They were quite old, probably in their 70s, had lost 100 pounds each, doing the programs, and they're I don't know if it was their son or their daughter was their coach, and it was just really great and really sweet. And Summit brings you back to why we do this. We get really, really wrapped up in rank and income and all the things, but we do this because these products have changed our lives and our health, and we do this so that other people can have success with the things. And so, we're together, and then we branch off, we're together, and we branch off. Now, when you branch off, now that the tracks are what they are organized by rank. So it's coach and emerald, diamond and 1 star, and then 2 star and above. And that's so that their content is more to where you're at, because Brenda and I went for a long time, and they talked a lot about the beginning of coaching, and it was super great, but we didn't need to hear that because we were, already last year we were diamonds. So it was just kind of okay, this is great, whatever. So that's really exciting because and then when we were in our training, it was specific content to exactly where we were, which was really great. So that's kind of what that looks like. And then the final night is when they go over the Beachbody Challenge. Now, maybe you guys don't know this because I realized Rachel didn't know this when I was talking to her. So maybe more people don't know this, that there's the Beachbody Challenge that anybody can submit to at any time. You don't have to be a coach. You don't even technically have to be drinking Shakeology for these things. So when you have a customer complete a challenge group, complete a program, have them submit their results. Those of us who are continuously on this journey, like all the time, and are pushing for bigger goals and stuff like that, submit your results every single month. Every single month. I'm looking at you, Rachel. I'm looking at you, Tawny, who have had these incredible transformations. And Julie, I'm looking at all of you, but you just are right at the top. Like, submit your results, and it's not about, I mean, heck, if you won $100,000, nobody's going to say no. However, there's smaller little prizes that they give, and you get a t-shirt once a year, and then encourage your challengers to do the same. It's not about, I know one girl who won 2,000. Brenna knows a girl who won 500. Like, they do little things. It's just exciting and motivating, and we all have, where do you submit it? So it's beachbodychallenge.com. I'm pretty sure maybe Rachel can drop the URL for us. But encourage your babes to do it, because that also gets them hyped. Did they get a t-shirt in the mail because they did 21 Day Fix? Like, hello, yes, please. And then that just keeps them going. So at the final night, what they do is they branch down. I didn't. Or maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I just can't. 3 kids have completely killed my memory. So, but submit your results. It's important, and never stop submitting, and just keep submitting over and over and over. There it is, right there. Boom. Hi, sissy girl. Oh, yep, you're a dog. So Beachbody Challenge is great. So the final night I don't really know how they do it, but eventually it gets voted down to a male and female in age category. So it's like 18 to 29, and then 30 to 39, 40, the 4 categories, and they tell their stories. And if you're ready to get punched in the face with emotions, that's the final night of Summit. Just letting you know. So the final night of Summit, you get punched in the face because they tell these stories, and they're incredible. They're incredible, you guys, and you're just crying, and you're like, oh my gosh, like, we make a difference. What we do makes a difference. And then they pick the winner at the end, and then a male and a female get $100,000, and it's incredible. It's honestly so incredible. And then they also do top 10, and then they go over elite and premier, and it's really exciting. It's just really motivating and exciting. And elite, is a fancy title, but that's a fancy title that means that these people have helped a lot of people, have just helped a lot of people. That's what it breaks down to it. And then the runners up in the top 10 for the Beachbody Challenge, they get $15K each. So, I mean, that doesn't suck either. And then I'm pretty sure they get to sit front row all of Summit. Like, they get totally honored the whole time, and they get to come out with the trainers. Like, it's a big deal. And then, so that's what Summit looks like. I always suggest buying the lunch there, because you get it, and it's pretty healthy, and you just eat we just talk all together, and there's going to be a lot of us there next year, and it's just going to be so awesome. But then I do want to talk about Rachel Hollis. So Rachel Hollis was the keynote speaker, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, so we'll never tell her when we meet her in person one day, because it's on the vision board, that I kind of was like, well, I listened to her podcast, I watch her live thing, I've read her books, I kind of know what to expect. Homegirl brought it. She brought it, what my expectation or what my thought she could do. This is why she makes millions of dollars. And I take my money. Take my freaking money. It's on YouTube. I've already rewatched it and cried. So the theme of Summit was You Belong There. And I don't know if she prepared it all, linking that together, but she touched on it a lot. And she talked a lot about just, you got to push, you guys. And she talks about this in her book, and if you haven't listened to it, but you were made for more. And she talks about, it doesn't matter if made for more was you to have confidence to leave your house, or to put on skinny jeans and go to a bar and try to meet a guy, or if it was that you were made for more, you're gonna build a multi-million dollar company. It doesn't matter. You're dancing. You're so cute. 100. I don't even know that 100 came for. You are made for more. And so she talks about yeah, we all held hands at one point. It was very like, it was just incredible. We danced. She made us dance to Beyonce. Like when you see those videos of her, she really made you do that. But the biggest thing that she really did talk about and kept coming back to was that there are people right now, I think a lot of us, we're Beachbody coaches, and so we are positive. We find the positive spin. Cami, stop. But she talks about the valley, and it's a biblical reference that I like kind of remember from Sunday school, but essentially that you have to get through this valley to climb the mountain, and you get up in the mountain, climbing the mountain is the prize. So when we start this journey of whatever your dreams are, and you're like, okay, God, higher power, universe, I want the thing, I want the prize at the end, I'm going for it, I'm going. And then all of a sudden the universe drops you in this desert valley, and there's struggles, and you're struggling, and like the mirage thing, when you like think you're getting close to something but really it's really far away. That's the valley. And so a lot of us are struggling with our personal lives. We're struggling with our businesses. We're messaging people, and why the F aren't you messaging me back? What happened? So you're in the valley, but the thing is that if you want the top of the mountain prize, whatever that prize is to you, whatever that goal is, whatever you think about, you dream about, and you're scared to say out loud, it doesn't come for free. You have to work for it, and it's twofold. One, if all of our goals were so easily achieved, they wouldn't be fun. If someone could just hand you a 5-star elite team, we would take it for granted. Just like if we handed somebody Shakeology, they would take it for granted. Also, you can't get to the mountain without building some muscle. You can't get to the mountain, and you can't climb the mountain. So you have to build the muscle that it takes to hold the weight of your goals on your shoulders. And so she just effing brought it. So it was really incredible, and it was really motivating. And I think that everyone who was there could really say that was definitely one of the highlights of the entire thing, was hearing her kick you in the butt and be like, go for it. And if you're not, the thing she said in the beginning when she wanted us to dance, she kept stopping it and making us dance harder, because she was like, if you are not going to just let yourself be loose and be free and go all in right now in this room when all the energy is this high, you're definitely not going to do it at home. You're not going to do the things when people aren't looking. So have the accountability, do the stuff, lean into the coach pods, lean into the team page. You guys, if you need accountability one day and nobody has said anything, you say it. You're a leader right now. Maybe you signed up as a coach yesterday, or you've been here for 2 years. You are a leader because you are someone who is showing up and who wants more. Leaders want more. And so if we haven't thought of something, we want to hear about it. We want to hear you organize it. And that's the awesome thing about Summit. I think we're going to have some of the people who, I'm so stuttering, people who attended who are not, Brenna and I, talk about what they learned in their sessions and all of that stuff on a later team call. But just go all in, and remember that it takes work to get to where you want. And sometimes I forget that. I will be honest, that is something I struggle with. I've struggled a lot in my life. And a lot of times I'll have mini pity parties, and I'll say, haven't I struggled enough? Don't I just get this one? Can't you just give this one to me? Universe, God, she hero out there in the universe, I don't care. Like, can you just give this one to me? But I truly believe that the peach is sweeter when we work really, really hard for it. So I believe in us so effing hard, you guys, and I'm going to get emotional for a second. So I don't know. I've been a coach for a long time, but I don't really say that I worked as a coach for a long time, because I really just wished I could do the things. I wished I could have the team and have the life and have the financial freedom and the time freedom. I really wish for it. I'm a dreamer. I've dreamt since I was little. I love to daydream about all the shiny things. But But like I said, I've been through things in my life, and I kind of had this chip on my shoulder for a long time. Like, I've endured enough, I've done enough. I've earned my stripes. I kind of had this cocky thing of like, you're welcome, world, that I'm not a stripper. Like, seriously, because my family jokes about it all the time that like, good for you, Sam, that you're not a stripper. And excuse me, children, if you're listening, and so that was kind of my thing, that like, I'm doing great. I am well exceeding the expectations of what other people have thought I would do, because I'm not a stripper or a drug addict. So winning. And then so true. It's so true. I'm laughing, but it's so true. But so I would dream. And then in 2000, we went to Summit, Brenda and I went to Summit in 2017, and we saw the vision. We saw it for the first time. We were like, this is it. This is what we want. This is what we want. But we really didn't work as hard as we thought we worked. We started working more. I'm not going to say we didn't do things. We didn't work. We didn't learn. We didn't grow. But then in 2018, we just said, this is it. I can't do this anymore. I can't live mediocrely for forever. And that was where I was at. I can only speak for myself, working a full-time job, having my kids full-time in daycare, my husband working full-time, never seeing each other, still not having any money, being so confused and stressed and unhappy. And so we went all in. And then we went to Summit last year, and then Wes came. It was the three of us. And we were like, next year, we're going to be on stage and we're going to have people there. And it's not about being recognized on stage because like, oh, we're one star. We just want, and we have, and it's growing. So it's not that we haven't achieved it yet. We just wanted this team of women who were like us, because you see on social media, right? People have these teams and they all look kind of similar, and they like all have the same vibe, and they're all motivated. We were like, we want that. And then Madison, Brianna, and Erica walked up to me at check-in. I'm checking in, and I turned around and I saw them, and it was like I had known them my entire life. It was like I was meeting my friends who we are friends. It's not that surprising to me, but it was just like I was so anxious to see them, because I was like, what if I'm not what they expect? You know what I mean? Which, by the way, the consensus is that I'm taller than what people think. But it was like I had known them for my entire life. And I was like, hold on, my credit card just got declined. Hold on a second. And like I turned around and it was like, hold on. But it was just like, it was just incredible. And it just felt so comfortable. And that's what I think that we take for granted a lot of times, and we don't want to invite to the coaching opportunity, like, hey, I'm struggling to sell a challenge pack. How am I supposed to mentor this person in this coaching business? Guys, we're one big family. And we're in here together. And yeah, starting a business online is hard because we've never done it before. But when we were all doing our workouts and we were all taking our pictures and we were all together, it was like I was with my friends that I had my entire life. And we take that for granted sometimes, that we have this. And it was so incredible. And then I'm saying goodbye to them and I'm like crying. And it's like, like it was just so crazy. And next year we already have so many people who already bought their ticket. And it's just like, I can't wait to meet you guys and like do it again. And we can't wait a year. We're going to do a diamond retreat in the fall and the winter. Like, stay tuned for information. But Brenda and I were like, we can't wait a year to see these girls. We can't. So anyways, and Brenda can say anything she wants to too, but we were just, when we walked across stage, it was us. This goal of becoming an elite team is an us. That means that we are all growing. That means we as a team are helping people change their lives, health-wise, and then you're helping your coaches become successful and see their own growth that changes their families, financial future and stuff. And so I'm so jazzed. I cannot wait for next year. I can't wait for the next 6 months of this business. If you haven't watched the National Wake Up Call from yesterday, Brittany Leggett did an amazing job at kind of breaking down how you take that information from Summit, whether you were at Summit or not, doesn't matter. There's still new products and stuff coming out that can feel overwhelming. Just break it down and just go about like normal. Keep inviting every single day. Invite, hey girl, I'm doing this challenge group. Do you want to do it with me? Don't overcomplicate it. Don't make it a thing. I'm doing it. Do you want to do it together? Share your journey on social media and just be you. The top coach is a drinking, F-bomb dropping, authentically herself, self-love, all the roles person. Anybody can do this. There's not one Ashley Molstead has shown us that as long as you are true to who you are, you can literally go to the top in this business and sign a ridiculous amount of coaches in the year 2018. B, do you have anything?
I was just going to say on top of what Sam said. So I 100%, million percent agree with what you said about the coaches and meeting everybody. But there was this moment when we were sitting down on the ground, like near the stadium, and we looked out and we were seeing all these coaches talk to their coach, who's an elite, and they were all together. And I had this moment of like overwhelming feeling of being like, this is what it is next year, you girls, all of us are going to be down there together. And that's what makes it like epic. So anyways, that was it.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but if Rachel or Madison, or Nancy who's there, if you guys want to say anything, you can. Don't feel like you have to, but yeah.
I just would say, like, if you've ever, like, wanted that girl time or any of that, like, I've never gone on a girls' weekend, and this felt like the most epic girls' weekend of all time. And it was, like, and just so you girls know, especially who's on this call and those who will watch this, like, your names were brought up, and in a way that we were like, why aren't you here? Like, we want you there. And it's such a, like, we took a photo of just like all of our backsides because we had shirts that said Bold Take Summit. And I showed Sam.
Oh, you cut out.
Oh, sorry. My internet's crap. So the photo.
Yep.
Of all of us on our behinds, I told you in the airport, I was like, this photo is what we represent. This was exactly what it felt like, is that we were all stood side by side. No one stood in front, no one stood behind, no one was pulling anybody. It was we stand side, like, it gives me goosebumps to talk about. I'm getting goosebumps, but like, that is the feeling you walk away from Summit, is like we truly are a come with me team, stand by my side team. And that's for new challengers, but also for like those of us coaches working the business. Like, it's such a, I don't know, it's just so much love, so much love. Like, I was effing exhausted, but I have never come home so happy. Like, my husband was even kind of like, aren't you like sort of tired? And I'm like, yeah, but it was so much fun, and I just love this girl, and then this and that. And like, for heaven's sakes, I literally got in the middle of the night and crawled into bed with Madison before I even met her. And it was, if it's on your heart, it doesn't, like, put $10 away every month until you can get there. Like, it is, if it's on your heart, you have to be there. It was, I feel like I just hung out with all my best friends for my whole life. So I'll shut up. But it was epic.
Yeah, I would say very similar to that. I think it was actually wicked funny because I did wake up in the morning and I was like, did she go up? There was like a body in the bed with me, and that was not there last night. And I kind of like rolled over and hugged her and was like, hi, super early, but hi, I'm so excited. I would say that this is probably the first trip I've done well, it's definitely the first girls' weekend I've ever done, but it's the first trip I've ever done on my own that I was like 100% excited for every second of it. So it made it easier for me to be away from my family. Like, I missed them so bad, but I was like jazzed and pumped up, and everyone around me made me feel so comfortable. It wasn't like a work trip where I was just like, oh, why do I have to be here? I want to go home, all of that. So that feeling alone was just so welcoming. And I'm a girl who grew up not liking girls at all. I had all guy friends. They all seemed super catty. And we were in a room with like 20,000 plus, mainly females. And it was like the most inviting and warm experience that I've ever had. And the last thing I'll say is that whether you have goals to be like a diamond, a 1-star diamond, whatever your goals are, or if you're just enjoying this community. We had a girl who wouldn't mind me saying, Brianna, is really like, she just loves this community so much, and she loves the product so much. Like, she's not really striving to build a business out of it, but she loves it so much that she had to be there, and she had a really amazing experience. So whatever your level of involvement is in this industry, like, if you got to go at least once. And that alone, that was my look at this, was like, I have to go at least once. I have to see what it's like. And now I want to go every single year. So I want to see all your faces next year, especially you, Rachel, the other Rachel, because we missed you like crazy. There were lots of things that came up where I was like, oh, Rachel would love this. And Brianna was like, I wish Rachel was here. So all of your names came up, and I can't wait to meet you all. So, oh, Sam, you got the kiddos going bonkers in the background.
Well, I'm pretty sure he just like bunny kicked her in the face. It happened. But we'll take a pic and just know that it was great, and just get ready to kill the next 6 months. It doesn't matter. Every single day, wake up and know that it doesn't matter about yesterday. It just matters about today. It matters about what your dreams are, and that you just chisel at them slow. You know what I mean? Just tiny actions is what builds something big. So you got kicked right in the face, Mestis. All right, so let's get it. Sorry. I wasn't making fun of you. Okay, let's smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, hey, Joni. I mean, I knew you were there, but like then it was your face. So, and I like how Sarah and Brenna have perfect little. Okay, let's do a boomerang. I don't really always know what to do. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, move. Oh, Rachel Woad. That was also the theme of the trip. So if you saw, we kept doing this move, and it was Wes, who's